Schoology. Okay, firstly, that's my Twitter account. If anyone wants to follow me, that's my Twitter account. And my name on TS as well. Okay. Schoology. So Schoology is a little bit like Facebook. I presume everyone here has used Facebook at some point in their life. I might be mistaken, John. But basically, it's like an interactive social network that you can use in school. But it's got advantages because you can use it as a VLE as well. What I like about it is it naturally links into a lot of things that we've been looking at today. So if I want to put a video on, if I want to put a picture on, if I want to do peer assessed or self-assessed work, I can just upload something onto Schoology and I can embed it in Schoology so that people can have a look at it. Okay, here is an example of a task I set. I set a very quick task. This one I think was on blowfly larvae. So just tell me the implications of blowfly larvae in, what was it, CSI. What's the impact? How's it linking? Okay, just a very quick comment. That was our homework. Go away. One paragraph. I've got that, and I can actually mark that. Here is a list of how I've set it up. So you've got homes, courses, groups, and resources. I've set up courses. So I've set up a Year 7 course, a Year 8 course, a Year 9 course, and I've set up a group for each of my classes as well. So I've got classes that can go on and they can blog if they want to, or have a comment in relation to people in their class, but they can also go on to the year group and they can access resources on their year group. So I've got links to previous work, so I've put exemplar work on there. If they've done a good piece of work, but it's a digital format, I can put it up there and I can link it in straight away. I've got revision material, so I can upload worksheets, links to revision sites, etc. and so on. And I've got exam material, so I've got quizzes and things like that on there as well. Further down again, assignments, you can set assignments and you can mark those online like you would with a normal VLE. Quizzes, you can set up a quiz and the quiz will mark itself and you can get analysis, and I'll show you that as well in a minute. Files and links, so quite often I use YouTube now and I'll upload videos. I use videos in the classroom and I'll get my children to actually take a video, explain something to the class. I'll put it onto YouTube and I'll put a file on there, so if they're stuck or they're a bit unsure on something, they can go back to that file and they can look at what they've done. Discussions, albums, pages, goes on. Very similar to Facebook setup. Okay. Again, that's just another extract from the same point. Two really good students at the top there, and it just shows at the bottom now here I can actually comment and I can mark on that, so I can give them analysis, I can give them percentage, or I can give them statistical analysis, and I can give them that feedback and I can say, okay, well this was good, but actually you need to improve this in line with what Ofsted said. Again, this is early days. This was quite early on when I started using Schoology. If I was going to take a screenshot now, I'd have a lot more data in there. So instantly, if I've got my head of department comes to me and says, you know, how's this kid performing? I can say, right, okay, they've had 10 homeworks, they've done 7 of these homeworks. Here's the grade they got. Again, on here, if I want to look at feedback, I've got a feedback comment. What did I say about it? Okay, what's their grade? And I can link that in as well, which is quite nice because I can give instant feedback on that. There's an example of the quiz, multiple choice quiz. You can set open-ended, extended written answer quizzes, but it won't mark it for you. So the advantage of having a multiple choice quiz on this kind of thing is push a button, it will mark it for you, it gives you statistical analysis. Then you can actually get graphs, so it'll say, okay, X amount of people in the class scored this mark, and it'll show whether they're progressing graphically as well. New section that's up and coming. I've been invited to a pilot where they're actually looking at resources. So I can upload my resources, all of my resources are there, and I can transfer them to any course that I want to use. But actually now there's a section at the top, you see a tab, public resources, and it's becoming again another resource bank really, a little bit like TS. But the benefit of that is that you've got these things already online. I want a quiz on mitosis, okay, search mitosis, there's a quiz, it's on Schoology, I can transfer it to my resources, I can put it into my course, and instantly I've got something there. I can say, kids, go home, have a go at this, it will mark itself for me as well, again, and I can give that instant feedback to the kids. What I like about it is, especially with the Year 7s, is when they come into school, it gives them a forum. So rather than going on Facebook at home, they might come home, they'll do their homework and stuff, they might get stuck, or post a bit of a The downside of that is obviously with Twitter, if you're using Twitter, this is going to happen all the time. I don't have to log in. When I'm on Twitter, I don't have to log in. I don't have to log in to have a look at my work. Okay? So if Mr. Rice posted something to me, if he's posted it on Schoology, brilliant. When I log in, I'm going to get that. But on Twitter, actually, even if I never sign into my Schoology account, and I never go on and do my homework, on Twitter I'm still going to get this feed. And it might be that actually just for 10 seconds I'm actually going to read it and then go through it. So that is the one drawback in relation. But obviously it's got a lot of pros as well. Again, I've used videos. Embed them, you can actually embed them or you can have them on there. You need to be a little bit careful, that's the one thing I would say about this. Sorry. Is that you need to be careful when you put the videos on there. I found when I first started it naturally embedded the video. So the video's on there and the children could play the video. But then I uploaded another one and they actually started, it meant that when you tried to play it, you would open the file and downloaded it. So actually, when you're going to do that, you're better off putting it onto YouTube. Or there is an embed option on there as well, and you can embed it so that they can download that video. Because that's again a safeguarding issue. But I think I've put an example on here of a video. Yeah, here's one video I used for the blow for lava experiment, which is again kids working class.
Well, we predict that the next one will be because that's where predators usually are. And we think the move towards moisture, the flesh they eat, yeah, think of it in a darker weather area, and then white magic here. We'll leave for a period of time, and then we're going to see which maggots die off or produce the most. So, outside, they may be open to predators.
Larvae live inside meat so that they can't be seen by predators. So because of their white colour, so they will react to the light because they're not used to it while they're normally inside meat.
I have the most experience out of everyone here. I'm going to win. I know I am.
Water and black tea. They might occur. What? Will not occur. The larvae may be dirty, so wear gloves. Calcium carbonate is being used to get rid of moisture, so wear gloves and be careful not to repeat. The amount of light used. When the dishwasher drops the maggots, and the same amount of maggots, finally, method 1. Gather all of the equipment so layers of begin. 2. Set up a charging area. Give water just like dark water. Just dark. 3. Collect maggots and make sure that they're contained. Get an in, out of them and sit flex. 4. Put the maggots in the middle of the trilogy book and make them like they want to go. Middle, so we will make the 10th valid. Observe where the maggots go. Tally of how many maggots in each chamber and repeat the test 3 times to make the 10th valid.
They do smell rather unsavory.
Okay, so you get a picture. I'm not going to go bore you with going through all of that, but that is the general gist of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if there's any questions, feel free to find them my way.
Matt, you said you put the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
That is a closed down account, isn't it?
Yeah. So when I put them on YouTube, my videos from through school, I put them on YouTube. But they're locked down so that only people that I give the embed code to can see. So the embed code is locked away. The only people who can see that go on to Schoology. There is options. There's various options on YouTube. You can close it down so only you can see it. You can close it down so that when it's embedded on Schoology, they can see it, but no one else can. Or you could make it open forum. It depends on the school's policy, I think, as well. Lots of schools will start to embrace YouTube and say, well, it's not a problem.
Schoology is locked down as well, isn't it?
Schoology is totally not. Yeah, sorry, I didn't explain that. Schoology, for those of you that haven't used it, it's really simple. You give them, they use an email address, sign up like you would for a profile with Facebook, and basically they can set up their own account. Now, to access a group or a year group, you have to give them an access code. So I'll say to my children, I'll say, right, okay, here's my access code. I might tweet, here's your access code for this particular group. Bang. And they go in, they use that access code, they get onto their group or their course. What it means is, with my Year 7 children, they only have access to their group, and they only have access to their year group's course. So they can't go on and look at the test for year 8 for next year and get it for themselves. If I wanted them to, they could. The other thing is with that, on that point actually, is with the assignments and so on, again, you can put dates on those. Here's the opening date, here's the closing date. If it's not in, it will show that you haven't handed that in. Or you can limit how many times they have a go. So you can say, right, with my test now, I'm going to give you the test. You can have a go at the test on one occasion, or you might say you can have a go on 2 occasions, or unlimited. You can also change the access to the feedback. So with the test, you can say, right, we'll give you the test, and it will give you a score out of 20. Or you can change it, right, we'll give you the test, we'll give you a score out of 20, and we'll tell you which ones you got wrong. Or we'll give you the test, it'll give you a score out of 20, we'll tell you ones you got wrong, and you can have another go. So again, there's loads and loads of options there, but the basic rundown is really, really easy to use. If you can use Facebook, it's a walk in the park.
You can set it up so you won't tell them what got wrong.
You can as well, yeah.
It's been really nice with my BTEC lot. I've got one that suddenly decided now she wants to work really hard. And so I've put everything up there. And so she's, to keep her at that pace, she's now able to access the task sheets, the next task.
So all your worksheets are online.
Because previously I'd hidden them, because you can put them up there and then hide them until you want them shown. And now I'm just opening it up so she can carry on working at her pace while I work.
Once you get the feedback, doesn't she?
Yeah, and then send it up, and then you have a Facebook conversation next to their work. That's fine.
The final thing I'd say on this is I've actually uploaded the active book JPEG as well. So my students can go on and they can actually have a look at their active book on Schoology, which is a bonus. Well, if they've missed a lesson, okay, go to Schoology, this page, fine, that's all.
Is Bishop's using Schoology as their BLE?
No, not at the moment, no. I know myself and Dave have used it quite a lot. I'm not sure whether there's anyone in the school using it at the moment. I've had discussions with the head about it, whether or not it goes in, I don't know.
Well, the problem with that, I think, is that the bishops have just made the decision to go with the
It's learning.
yeah, it's learning, you know, the Herefordshire-wide one, and you know, literally just this year we decided to go for that. So this came in, you know, sort of like that 6 months too late for that, and we've got to go the it's learning one.
Yeah, fair.
In fairness, the It's Learning one does pretty much the same thing. It's just maybe not as familiar.
Not as user-friendly.
We've gone down the Kingston, the Edmodo route,
Yeah.
and it looks very similar.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Thank you. Cheers. I think one more. We've got time for we having a break.
Yeah, one more. Yeah.
So maybe one more. Michael, you were pitched out a while ago, my friend. Would you like 2 minutes, or do you want to do it after, or shall I pick someone else out? It's up to you. Are you ready to go?
You could pick
I'll
somebody
pick
else.
someone else.
Put it back in.
You can. I'll put it back in. You can go first after the break. How's that sound? Let you gather your thoughts. Okay, next one up is. I'll give you a break as well, now.